other. I love that. And I got a lot of people on already. Thank you for that. And thank you all for the thumbs up. I see that 10 of you have done that, and it really helps. So thank you very much. Kathy Decree is on and getting another snowstorm. I'm so sorry. So is Virginia Hankey in Rhode Island. And unless New Jersey decides to keep it, which she's hoping that they do. And yeah, so Robin is saying in New Orleans it's 79. I don't know what it is here outside. I didn't look before I got on, but inside here in the rig, it says it's 80 degrees. But to be fair, I was running the heater for a good part of the day because I was cold. So I don't know how much that might have to do with it or not. But and the wind has calmed down a lot, but it's still pretty windy. So I'm not going to. I chose to not be out to do the live stream. So both Jana and I, she and I are both here tonight. Um, Sammy is up on the bed, and Finn just went outside because I've got the door open. So I suspect that 80 will cool down here in a minute. And Surfing Dodo, hello. Patty Coretta, who's in the area, says she was cold today too. Hello, Virginia Castone. And Kansas City, 39 with possible snow. I hate to tell y'all, but we're moving into the 70s and then into the 80s from here. So we'll still get some cold mornings and everything, but yeah, that's why we come here is for the weather and the warmth and all the fun things to do. But so Renee is visiting her son and daughter in love. I love that. And uh Suzanne, yeah, Suzanne was telling us about the drought for Colorado, and 29 in Colorado Springs. Jacksonville, Florida, 87. Whoa. Hey, Richard Albert. Do I owe you a text or an email? I get so lost. And he says it's 63 degrees there today. Yay! Enjoy that, Richard. That's lovely. And going to 67, Stacy says here in Courtside. I couldn't remember, but with the wind for a long time was out of the north. And you guys, I tell you what, last night I think it lifted my rig. It was hitting her flat side, and I think at one point it might have lifted my rig because I have baskets in a shelf over my door, and a bag of crackers and a bag of chips, like small chips, pretzel type chips, fell out of one of the baskets. And then over my bed, I have baskets, and I have a box of Kleenex up there, and it fell out. And at the same time that it went like that, Bandit barked, and I sat up straight in bed. And I looked at the weather forecast, and it said at that time that there were 65-mile-per-hour gusts, and it was 38 degrees outside. I was like, and then today it's 60 something and just beautiful sunny weather this afternoon. So crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. I think I went backwards enough to catch up. Yeah, the wind can be fierce out here, but we haven't really had any this year until the last few days, and then last night was crazy. 59 in San Diego after the rains. I bet that's right. Hi, Doreen and Steve. Good to see you. And so I think that's it. Oh, near Joshua Tree is where Ellen is, and she says the wind has finally subsided. Susan B in Maine, 30 and snowing. I sorry about you. I'm so sorry. I don't mean that sincerely, but oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Honestly, I just really can't. And oh, thank you, Wild Wolf. I appreciate that. I thought I'd get fixed up a little bit for you guys. I got to tell you, today was a little bit of a hard day, and I hope that I do the topic that I want to discuss with you, which is, what is my title?
Staying present while dreaming ahead.
Staying present while dreaming ahead.
Living in the now without losing hope.
Living in the now without losing hope. I it is a topic that has been on my mind to share with you guys for a while. and it could probably be a standalone video, but I thought I would just do it for the FNL. And so I hope I do the topic justice. I did make notes that I'll be referring to. But today was a little bit of a hard day. It was tax day, tax prep day. And I mean, who likes that, right? Raise your hand if you like to prepare for taxes. Probably none of you raised your hand for that, unless you're an accountant or something, and it's your bread and butter time of year. And I get that, but so I know that some people love numbers. I actually I can't do math anymore with my brain injury, but once I learned math, and my double minor in college was physics and chemistry, because I loved the elegance of math even, but tax preparation has never fallen under that umbrella for me. And I used to do my taxes, and of course my career dealt with finances, but I tried to do my taxes. I don't remember even what year it was, but it was after my um, brain injury. So I had my brain injury, time goes along, then I had my brain surgery from scar tissue building up from the brain injury. And shortly after the initial brain injury, I tried to do my taxes, and I don't know what I did. It was so bad. I got audited because it was horrible. But I got audited, and a friend of mine that was a CPA sent me. I mean, went with me, and surfing. Who said Robin Mallory? Her husband is a CPA. That's the way to do your taxes.
Yeah.
And Surfing Dodo says she'd rather go fishing, and um anyway, my friend of mine who's a CPA went with me, and it was so bad. They didn't even, after a while, he didn't even. The guy started out really hard nosed, and like, what'd you do? What are you trying to pull? And but quickly was just like, we'll get this figured out. Don't worry about it. I had put income as expenses and expenses as income, and I don't know what I did. So I haven't been able to do my taxes for a long time. And today, oh God, I don't even know if I want to share this, but I'm going to. I'm going to share it just because there are so many that are uh, on this channel to relate to and learn from and find um, hope in my healing from the TBI. And I don't know how much help with this will be, other than I was able to pull myself together, and I am on the live stream tonight, and I'm not chewing gum, but I am kind of walking and talking. And so I think that is something positive, but I couldn't. um I've gone from being who I used to be before my brain surgery, and then again who I was before, I mean, my brain injury, and then again to who I was before uh, my brain surgery. I've gone from being those people to somebody that I couldn't figure out how to find my 1099s online. And Jana is helping me with my taxes, as she has. This is the third year, and I use a bookkeeper, and here in Quartzsite, she's fabulous. She's done my taxes for a while now, and she's fabulous. And but we have everything set up to go to QuickBooks. Is that the program?
Yeah.
To go to QuickBooks and everything, but there's still stuff that has to be done in that, and Jana is gracious enough to wrangle that for me. And um, just almost everything that she has asked me to do this year has been almost impossible for me to do. And to get my 1099s this morning, I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how to find them online. I couldn't. It was bad. And then, of course, anybody that has a disability, I don't know about anybody, I shouldn't speak for the whole wide world. Um, I don't mean to do that, but I would suspect that a lot of us with disabilities, I know it's true for me, you don't want to be that person that can't even do something like that for themselves, and to help a friend out that's helping you. And I knew, oh, and of course, then my trustee, we're having to ask him all kinds of questions to get this done. He's used to that though, and but even then, some things that I should know, it's like I can't. So been having to text him and get information from him in a manner that I don't usually have to. And then today I sat with it and tried for me what was a long time. We had to do this today. I don't know that how long it was. I would say maybe not even an hour and a half, that I just kept trying to find ways, to find links, to find information, to figure out how to log on, to, I just kept trying and trying and trying. And of course, the more I tried, the harder it got and the more upset I got, which wasn't helping. And so then I would take a break and do deep breathing. And I even turned on and it's so funny, Janet, because that one app that we found that I said, oh, I forgot I had this for sleep. So today, in trying to settle down, I have this app that helps me meditate for a little bit, and so I got that app out, but I still didn't think about that other app. And I got that app out and tried to center. And anyway, and I knew it got real clear for me. I was going to have to ask Jenna to help me. And before I could even ask her, she offered. And it's just, it's not the end of the world. It is not, it doesn't take, I don't know how it might impact my quality of life yet. That remains to be seen, doesn't it? But today, and this is what I always tell you guys, if you'll back up, and my late great friend Steve Meeks gave me this saying, um, it is Friday, January 19th, 20th. I'm a day out. I said January. Friday, February 20th, I'm going to say 5:15. I don't have a clock in front of me. 5:15 p.m. I'm on my Friday night live with my wonderful viewers and readers, family and friends, and all is well and all my needs are met. And that is a true statement. And so when I tell you these tools that I use and that help me, I mean, literally, I use them and I rely on them. And I guess maybe for the last hour, I've just kind of been repeating that little mantra to myself, because if I focus on what I can't do, uh, it's terrifying. And I refuse to go there, because there is so much more that I can do. And I'm very blessed. And yes, if I didn't have all of the loving, wonderful, supportive people in my life that I do, life would certainly be totally different for me. It would be a different picture. My sister is in a home with Alzheimer's, and I will tell you, it's not a nursing home. She is blessed to be able to be in a beautiful kind of mansion. It's actually a 7-bedroom house built that way. It's in a very nice subdivision, 7-bedroom house, and the master bedroom in one of the dens has been turned into full-time staff to stay on site. And then there's an office in this house that they use for an office. Um, Everything is done there. They have during the day there is a meal staff that is in the kitchen, residential kitchen, cooking the residents, and there's only, I think, 6 residents that live there. cooking them food and taking care of them, and it just beautiful, beautifully decorated, and it has a screened-in porch that's bigger than my RV. And a lovely backyard and gardens with fountains and everything that it overlooks. And I would not be so lucky to be in a place like that. My sister's husband made sure that she was taken care of, and and with my sister's Alzheimer's, she just knows it's not home. She doesn't know those people. I talked to her. She doesn't want to be there. It's not the life she prescribed for herself, and she's not able to remember what has happened and what got her there and why she's there, but she's able to remember the feels of what home and love and having your family around you feels like, and she knows she doesn't have that. And so I talked to her lately, almost on the daily. Today was a day she went in and out of knowing me. And I can't get her to find something to be grateful for. And I just, that is what gets me through my days so often. And I have so much, oh my gosh, I have so much to be grateful for. And so while my mind might be slipping away, I hope I don't lose that ability like my sister has to find something to be grateful for. I will tell you, the other night, Jenna and we, not that we were laughing at my sister on any level by any means, but we got a great kick out of. I was trying to get her, when she's doing okay, she will describe this beautiful place that she lives in. She'll tell me, there's a fire in this fireplace, and I've never seen a fireplace like this. It's huge. And she'll be describing stuff to me. So I was trying to get her to describe something to me, and that was nice, and reminding her that there's always, always, always something to be grateful for. Sister, you can find it. Come on, let's find something. And she's like, "Well, you're just not making any sense right now. There is nothing here like that, and you're just not making any sense. What you're saying doesn't even make any sense." she she kept saying that. Anyway, I wanted to say that because I realized that I might not be making any sense tonight. But if you get anything out of what I'm sharing, it's find a mantra, find a quote, find something that in those bottom of the well moments when your mind is taking you to a dark place and you're in an environment you don't want to be in up here. I always say sometimes my mind is not a nice neighborhood in a place I don't want to hang out. And when you find yourself in that, buckle down and repeat the positive. Find something to be blessed about. Find something to be grateful about. Um, and there's that. And so I hope that I do tonight's topic justice, because it's something I've been wanting to share for a while. You always hear that quote, stay in the present, don't live in the past, and don't live in the future, stay right here. Stay is in sign language, don't live in the past, don't live in the future, stay in the present. And the present is a present. And, and what are some of the sayings that you guys know about living in the now? We're told that constantly. And where my mind will take me back is always the past. But I want to share a little bit today about when you are in the now, and I think it might be a difference of living in the future versus living in the thinking of the future. We'll talk about that. But if what if it's your hopes and dreams and goals and desires that keep you strong today, and keep you moving, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and in the present. And I just have been doing a lot of thinking about that. And we all know that living in the present, it can lower your stress. I mean, if I don't know about you, but if I'm rethinking things in the past, whether it's mistakes I've made or things that have been done to me, and quote unquote, because so few people on the planet wake up in the day and go, what can I do to make Deborah miserable? I'm not even a gnat on their ass. They're not thinking about me. And so that whole thing of people doing things to you, you got to be real careful with that, or at least I do. But if I'm living in the past and I'm thinking about that, I'm probably, that leans more toward depression. If I'm living in the future and thinking about the future and am in fear, I'm stressed. Or if I'm looking at the future and thinking about the future and it feels overwhelming, I'm stressed. And so, living in the present, being in the present can lower your stress. And you can do that by, I don't know, just the little moments. Coffee, walking thin, y'all know I love my coffee. And so I'm always, that's one of the things in the morning when I make my coffee and I pour that French vanilla and I smell that coffee, and provided I don't burn myself, I've spilled coffee 3 mornings in a row. But the smell of the coffee, and I'm so blessed to still have Italian Starbucks, the ground coffee. I love it so much. And then my French vanilla creamer, and it just makes me happy. I get to watch beautiful sunrises and sunsets here. I have Finn that I get to walk. I have Jana and Sammy, and Finn snuggles in between, and and even even this is y'all won't understand this maybe, but for me it's like I'm looking around what I can say as another example, and I landed on my Berkey and my water pitcher on my counter that you guys can't see over there. And even when my water is caught up, and those of you that live in an RV and have boondocked, you know what I mean. You got ready water available. You're not behind and having to filter some and waiting on it to run through the filter so that you can have some water that you can use. I mean, I've got I'm looking at a full pitcher of ready water over there. And it's the little things like that make me happy, and are blessings. And so I do my best to not let regret of the past or worry of the future steal my today. And y'all share with me, what's one small thing that you're grateful for? It can be a big thing, but it doesn't have to be. What is a small thing that you're grateful for? And so when oh yeah, I just saw Patty said water and ice. And I'll catch up on comments in a minute, you guys. But um, uh, there are times when the present isn't all that pleasant. I just made a rhyme. I didn't know I was going to. But there are times when the present isn't all that pleasant. Today hasn't been a pleasant day. I'm I'm trying not to live in the future of worry and stress and being overwhelmed. And so, but the today, the present hasn't been very pleasant. And so, what I tend to do when that happens is to look at the future hopes and dreams and goals that I have. It's kind of like a carrot dangling in front of the horse, and it's something to keep working toward. For me, I don't, some days I think this goal is never, ever, 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 ever freaking gonna materialize because my days just keep blowing up and getting away from me. But I refuse to give up on the carrot that I'm going to get more books published. I'm writing on one, and everybody's people tend to tell me, and Jenna has a wonderful slogan. You've got all the time in the world. And that's true. And if you don't and you depart this world, it doesn't much matter, does it? but but that's true. You got all the time in the world. But God has given me, and I believe this wholeheartedly. Not only has God given me a talent and a skill, it's not of me. It was given to me to write. And I have a heart's desire of all these books I want to publish. And when I can't get to creating my art, when I can't get words down on paper, so to speak, or on my computer, that after a while that gets very painful. And I shared a video with my patrons, and I think Janet, can you see if you can go find Danny's video about the museum and put that up for me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to share this video with you guys. It's a video that someone Jana follows and knows and takes art classes and everything from, and has been with him and his wife a very long time on YouTube, and is a part of their online family. Did a video about things not realized. Looking back on his life, and to me, it's as profound as the miracle on 34th Street. It's no, that was Natalie Wood, the one with Jimmy Stewart, where the angels take him back through life as if he didn't exist. He is walking through this museum in this video that I'm about to share with you guys, and he's seeing all of this beautiful artwork, and he's realizing that, oh, that's the hotel where I had my honeymoon. Oh, that's my coffee cup. And he starts realizing that all these works he never did that he could have. And of course he's done them because it is his work, but he got to the point in his life where he had to say, I can do it, and I'm not too old. I don't know how old I was when I published my first book, but I was in my 60s. And I think that's a true statement. Maybe I got to look. Maybe I was 58, 59. I don't know. It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you, Kathy. I'll have to look, but I'm going to say 60, and I'll clarify that later. But I published my first book when I was I'm going to say 60. And oh yes, Jana just put that up. You guys don't go watch it now, but snag don't click off and go watch it now. But snag that link and do yourself a favor and go watch that video after my FNL. Please, please. Let me go get a drink while I'm
While you're doing that.
yeah. Oh, Stacy gave me a super chat tip. Thank you. Yes, please point stuff out like that. Thank
I'm
you.
waiting for you to take a breath.
Yeah, she's like, you haven't shut up for me to be able to tell you. Mm. So, and and yes, I thank you. And so, a lot of you are jumping into logistics on how to help me, and I appreciate it so much. And I'll catch up on comments in a minute. Um, one of the things somebody just threw out is writing a little bit every now and then, and I'm just going to say I'm well aware of techniques around different ways to do time management and how to get a book written and published. It comes. I think of the guy that wrote Bridges Over Madison County. Wasn't he a rancher? And he wrote 1 hour a day in the mornings before he went out to milk the cows. And so yes, there are things like that can be done, and I don't want to get off topic too far, but another one of my heroes in the author land is the woman that wrote Seabiscuit. She suffered from depression and agoraphobic and couldn't get out of her apartment a lot. But that niggle in her mind back there of this book and this story that needed to be told, and nobody knew this story until she published this book. There were all of it she took from history, the headlines, the events actually happening at the time, which is what I like to do when I write. I like to go see what's happening and plug that into my books. But she was noticing. I forget why she started looking at Seabiscuit the horse, but she was doing a piece on horse racing, and anyway, she got to looking, and she saw a news article that talked about the most unlikely trainer for Seabiscuit, and she was like, well, what makes him so unlikely? And so she started looking at that, and then it was like, well, how did he meet up with him? And now, how did he go from owning car dealerships to horses? And she was curious, and so she started asking all these questions, and she was the only one that was able to pull all of those pieces together. And again, do yourself a favor, read the book or go watch the movie. I've watched the movie several times. Great actors and actresses in it, and it's just an incredible story, all based on truth. And that we would not have the gift of that in our lives if she had not pursued her hopes, dreams, and goals, even in the days she couldn't get out of bed. And she showed a picture during an interview one time back in the day of what it looked like in her bedroom. And she had like this king size bed, and all around it was piled these boxes of research because it was, the internet was available, but not like it is today. And so she was ordering documents to be mailed to her and everything. She just had piles of paper everywhere and piles of pillows because she mostly did three-fourths of the book, and consequently the movie came from her being in bed. And so while there are techniques and tools I can use for time management, that that is not helpful with my brain injury. It doesn't work that way. And I don't know what to do at this point in time with the cognitive decline I'm having, and being able to handle life at the same time. I mean, taxes have to get done. And when I'm going to be doing a video soon, this is another thing I want to do is I've got all these videos I want to share. People are like, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't worry about it. You don't have to get this out there. We don't care. I care. I still have a brain up here to some degree. I still have dreams and goals and things I want to do. And it's so frustrating because I can't do them. One, age. I mean, y'all know if you're older, everything takes longer, right? I don't care if you're in 1,000% perfect health. As you get older, and again, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm going to speak for me. Things just take longer. But I almost, there are days when I'm in a big pity party that I'm like, if God was going to make me have to have so much time and quiet and solitude to get these dreams realized, and not going to allow me that, then why would you do that? Why, if I can't have the life I need to be able to do it, then take the desire away, take the dreams away, take the goals away. That was one thing and I think I've shared this with you guys before, that I always admired about my son who had Down syndrome. He didn't know that he didn't know. And he was always just the happiest guy. I mean, he just didn't know that he didn't know that he couldn't be an astronaut. He didn't know that he didn't know, that he couldn't drive a tank in the army because wouldn't that be cool, Mom? Or whatever. And then, and then he's off to something else. He didn't have that angst, that longing, that yearning inside that drove him towards something that seemed almost impossible to get to. So you it can be a double-edged sword to look to the future of things that you want to accomplish. But dreaming ahead can get you through some days too. I know when I first got on the road, if you know my story, you know what I'm going to say. But if you're new here, when I got on the road, I thought that I came out here to die. And slowly but surely, one foot in front of the other, one day in front of another, and days stretched into months, and now months have stretched into years, and now I've been out here. This is my 11th season in Courtside, and again, one of my hugest blessings. But one of the things that kept me going, and I refuse to let, because that's what I was originally telling you. I want to do a video about how, I don't know what it's going to be. It might be 10 or 12. I don't know. The top 10 or 12 reasons why RV living is hard. We say that all the time. It's not an easy life, but it's worth it. Well, what are the things that are hard about it? Well, I have a fun way that I want to present that, and I can't wait to do that video. And then I got sidetracked, squirreled on, if I can't, I can't seem to get things done anymore, and that's okay. If I don't, I don't. We'll just have a weekly Friday night and talk. But I do want to do these things. And this video, the way I have it in my head, it's going to be fun and I'll enjoy it. Um, especially out here on the road and with my profound brain injury that was much worse at the time. I there were days that I would have given up and just called my trustee and said, "Yeah, I can't do this. Go, you know, we'll find a home for my dogs and I'll go into assisted living." But the carrot was I kept getting to see beautiful pieces of our country that I would never have gotten to see otherwise. I kept getting way out in nature and enjoying the quiet and the solitude and the sounds of nature and wildlife and just I miss my van for that purpose. I'm out in way out in nature out here, but it's not the same as what I used to do in my van. And it was the carrot of getting to see something new, getting to experience that exhilarating freedom that kept me going through the hard times of my early van life. And so that was a carrot that kept me alive, kept me going, and look what it ended up producing for me. And meeting new awesome people. That is correct. That is correct. I mean, just look at the people I have met, the people in my life, the people I continue to meet, the people I get to have lunch with, the people I get to go to events with, the people I get to travel with, the people I get to camp with and be with and go through life with and all of that. That carrot of, don't give up, dangle that carrot. What might you get to see next, Deborah? Kept me going back then and ended up giving me all of this. So I'm just I think that it is different to live in the future in that fear, in that being overwhelmed, in that dread or in the regrets of the past. I think it's different to live in the future, but there are times I think that that carrot can get you through the current days. For me right now, oh God, I'm so sorry. I keep tearing up. I think for me right now, the carrot is for me not giving up and just saying just gonna go back to home base and live my days out because this is hard. It's hard. This is a hard life, you guys, and I'm gonna do that video and it's gonna be a fun one actually. But it is a hard life, and to do it with a brain injury um and I'm lucky to have a village and I'm very blessed to have Jenna. And still to do this life with a brain injury is hard. And so to not say I'm done, I'm giving up. This is too hard. Carrot is the people, the connections, those going, a changing backyard. I look out right now and I wish I could be outside. Maybe next week it'll be nice enough the FNL will be outside. And to have the beautiful scenery and that changes and the next one's just as pretty as the last one. And to get those books published and get the characters stories told and to know that people are reading that. I mean, it's just I live for that, and I'm not doing very well at getting that accomplished right now, but it is the carrot that keeps me going. So I think I want to. So I would just want to say, being present is peaceful, and dreaming ahead can be motivation. And I think that when you have both of those that and you're making progress, that's where the great joy is, at least for me. And that's why I always say too that keep on keeping on no matter what, one day at a time, because you just don't know what the next day may bring. And if I were to be able to sit down and write, I'm not sure. I think I could crank this book that I'm working on now. I think I could probably finish it in 5 days. But I haven't even been able to get one day. And that's okay. I'm gonna redo my calendar. I had hoped to have it finished by this month. Um, but I'm going to redo my calendar, and I want to go back to having all the time in the world. There are steps that have to be made to publish a book. Not only the writing of it, the polishing of it, the editing of it, the repolishing of it, the re-editing, and finally sending the manuscript in. And then while the publisher is working on it, you have all the back work done. You've got to do. You've got to do the artwork. You've got to do the dedications, the formatting. You've got to do choices on where it's going to be slotted in what genre and all the back work to it. So each book isn't just the writing, and all of that has to be scheduled out. And so it was very disappointing for me this year to have book shows this winter. And next year I will be doing Tyson Wells. And so I want to have new books for that because it was very disappointing this year for me to not have new books. So there is a timeline that if you are going to have a new book sitting on a table for people to buy, you have to back into that and get that done. So I might have all the time in the world, that is true, but not if I want a new book sitting on a table for people to buy. So there are deadlines that have to be met, and um, I just believe that if I keep on keeping on, no matter what, one day at a time, and if I stay in the gratitude, that it will all fall into place. It has to. I'm not ready to give up on that yet. And so I guess I want to hear from you. Do you tend, first of all, your basic personality, do you tend to look at regrets in the past, or anxious about the future, or fearful about the future, or overwhelmed about the future, or are you able to stay in the present? What is your percentage on each of those three? Because I guarantee you we bounce between them, and how you're bouncing between them and how much time you're spending in each of those compartments greatly affects your day. I promise you, if you'll take a look at that, I think you'll find that to be true. And what has helped you through hard seasons? As far as I mean, I know there's a lot of tools. I'm not asking you to share that. I'm asking you, is it if for what has been your carrot? I guess that's what I want to know. What has been your carrot that pulled you through? What were you looking toward and hoping for, and that got you through? I want to hear that. And so you don't have to choose. You can enjoy today, no matter what is going on. And if you are dreaming big, I just want to tell you, I just send you loads of love around that, because I know it's not easy to have those hopes, dreams, and desires and yearnings and everything inside of you, and deal with life too. And both are in existence in this plane, and finding that balance is not always easy. So drop a heart if you got anything out of this. Let me know, and let me back up on comments. Let me hear from you what you have to say, think around this, and I hope I did the subject justice. I think it's an important one, especially if you're feeling any of the stuff that I've been talking about tonight. So, and hearts to you too, Patty. Thank you. And to everybody that's been sending me hearts over here. I'm going to back up now, and I probably am way behind on comments, but so yeah, Suzanne, she says she's chilly in quartzite. Let's see. Okay, good. I backed up far enough. You got text coming in?
Mm-mm.
No? Was that me?
That
No?
was my phone.
Oh.
It's not a text.
Oh, okay. That was a lot of talking. Are you talked out?
Oh.
She says no. um, so, yeah, Robin, growing up before calculators, I hear you. And Suzanne, believe it or not, I was using TurboTax that year that I made all those mistakes. Oh, thank y'all for the hugs. Thank you very much. I have the best viewers in the world. I say that all the time. And I'm glad that you focus on the positive, Robin. It's always, no matter what my sister says, it's always, always, always there. There's always something to be positive and grateful for. Um, let's see. Be here now is a slogan that Virginia Hankey has said. True, true. And all that is unseen says gratitude is a powerful ladder to pull us forward. That's true. And oh, that's kind of you. All that is unseen. Thank you. Um, the side bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. That's so true. Fresh coffee and a hug from Finn sounds like a plan. Yes, it does. I tell you what, I've been having to force myself to get up in the mornings because I just, it's facing all of this and everything. It's daunting sometimes, and I just want to sleep the life away, and that doesn't get anything done. And so far I'm doing pretty about getting up every morning. I'm pretty proud of that, and I just got to do better. And that's not a should on myself or anything negative. That's my hope and my desire, and a goal that keeps me moving forward is that tomorrow I'll get up even earlier and I'll get even more done. And I love it. I love it. Coffee with friends can brighten your day. And Lorelai says she's grateful for her zoo. I hear you on that. Hi, Ramona. Yeah, for the little things. Hi, ladies, and belly rubs. That she says, oh no, hi, ladies, hugs and belly rubs.
She's rubbing her belly.
Yeah, she's rubbing our belly, Ramona. Thank you. Robin, I'm glad that you found my channel. I'm so glad that you got to come to one of my KOKO Fests and we got to meet in person. I love you, girl. And yes, grateful for your dog, Stacy, and she keeps you active and provides tons of love. Boy, don't we know that, Jana?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a Texas lady, Carla, yes, YouTube friends, people are like, oh, they can't really be friends and all of that. Not in the sense of somebody that knows you that well, but can they be a friend of support and a friend of encouragement? Absolutely. And I'm so grateful for that. Virginia Castone says grateful for life. And so yes, when a bell rang, an angel got their wings, and it's a wonderful life. That's true. And let's see, catching up. Uh, Renee says she's grateful she has all of her senses. And yes, thank you, Suzanne, or Kathy, for reminding people to do the thumbs up. And yes, Suzanne, I know you are grateful for. You've met a lot of wonderful people. That is so awesome. Forever is composed of nows. I like that, Kate. You have quotes around that. Do you know who said that, or is that one of your sayings? Sorry, I'm slurping in front of y'all. I'm thirsty. Texas lady. She watched the video. Now I will tell you, she watched it from. She didn't bounce off of my live stream. She had already watched it. Yes, it does make you think about your time here, and that he gave me the courage to share what I did tonight. And I just want to stress too that. Thank y'all for your loving support. Not just the finances, which allows me to stay out here. I'm having to get an upgraded controller on Phoenix. It's an expense I wasn't counting on. Huh? Converter. You knew I was going to say controller, didn't you?
Well, we've been saying that all day.
Yeah,
yesterday, but I'm
converter.
Like,
yeah.
It's not a solar converter.
My controller that Caroline Freebird gave me gifted me one year for my birthday is perfect. It is the converter that is on the RV that talks to the batteries, So anyway, y'all will get a kick out of this. I'll do a video on it, but I may or may not. I'm so far behind on videos. The one you're going to see tomorrow is from a month ago. But my patrons, my KOKO fam, they've already seen it and they're enjoying it. So I think you will too. I know you will. It's a fun video. but I hope to get this video up. So imagine this is a 1984 rig. I have a drawings of how I want to get the outside painted. Very simple, but it's lovely. And I hope one day that I can get the outside done so that it matches how beautiful she is on the inside. That would be a dream of mine. But she is a 1984 rig, and the converter doesn't do well with lithium batteries. It's not made to communicate with lithium. Imagine that, a 1984 converter didn't know what lithium was. It was just a spot on the periodic table. Back then, they didn't know anything about lithium or that it would become a part of our everyday lives. And I have to an expense I wasn't counting on, and we all have those. It happens. But is getting that done, and I can't remember now. What do you remember what I was saying? Anybody know why I was talking about that? Uh,
You were talking about that? No.
No.
You were reading comments.
I know. Let me see if I can find the comment that triggered that. Oh yes, thank you. Being grateful for the beautiful people that you meet out here and online and everything. And I was thanking you guys for your support. And it's not just the financial, because without you, that's what I was saying. I couldn't do what I do. I'm on my Social Security. I couldn't do things like replace a converter when it needs to be replaced, because I now have lithium batteries. They were gifted to me, but still, I still have to keep my rig up, and I couldn't do things like that on just my Social Security. And so I work hard to make videos and write books and everything. And you guys reward me for that. And thank you for that, because without you, I couldn't do what I do. And it's not just your financial support that I am grateful for. I'm grateful for the way that you show up, the way that you not only show up for me and show support, but I see you in the comments with each other, giving each other support. And I know so many of you have met each other through meetups and things, and have become friends. And so I really appreciate you guys being a community of support, not just for me, but for others. And obviously, thank you for all of the financial support and the views and the comments and everything that helps me to be able to keep staying out here. I really appreciate that. And Susan B says she's grateful for her little dog, Lilliput. What a cute name. And she's 13, but her father lived to 20. Wow, how wonderful. Thank you, Renee. You've come a long way, baby. And Patty says she's grateful she's been able to be out here full time for the last 4 years, and the great people she's met along the way. Absolutely. And you guys, it will help if you will write down one thing a day you're grateful for. Just start with that, writing down one thing a day you're grateful for. And it doesn't matter how tiny it is. It doesn't matter. And I do live an interesting life of freedom, Robin. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Sybil. Sending love, big hugs and prayers right back to you. Oh, good. Who read? Who was my reader for my narrator for How Being a Nomad Saved My Life? I can't remember her name right now, but she did such a good job, and I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Kim. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And Surfing Dodo is going to build a bed in her SUV and get out to Quartzsite. Yay! Um, uh, Suzanne says she was the world's most anxious toddler, and it's a lifetime struggle. Yes, it is. Taking a step at a time, and when things were dark, that's keep on keeping on, no matter what, one day at a time. Absolutely. And knowing that this too shall pass helped me get through the hard times. That's true. And thank you, Susan B. She says she admires my determination and commitment to my goals. I appreciate that. Um, and Renee's lucky to have family that helps her. All the support we can get is wonderful. Just a version of your KOKO is what Susan B says she does, one step at a time, and keep on going, and don't let yourself be overwhelmed by negativity. That's right. Ellen says she's oh, she gave her percentages. I love this. Past 10%. Oh God, I wish. Present 70%. Good on you, girl. And future 20. Still a work in process. The Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle. That is a beautiful book. It was a big help. And her Kara has been the dream of over 10 years of being able to travel, and here she is. Way to go, way to go. Kate Kramer is an Emily Dickinson quote that she loves. If you're willing to share that, that'd be great. Ooh,
That's the one that she read.
Oh,
You said, who was it from?
Oh, that from earlier.
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, thank you. Um, and Susie Mouse, I spend very little time in the past, may spend too much time in the future, worrying and dreaming. What keeps me going is stubbornness. I refuse to ever quit. Good for you. And thank you, Lorelai, for asking people to like the video. What were you laughing at?
It's just funny that it's Emily Dickinson quote.
Yeah, Emily Dickinson quote.
I don't know it, but I just think that's funny.
That is funny. I love it.
It's like, no, she was answering.
Yeah, she was in. I was like, Emily Dickinson quote. So that's a good one to quote.
You can't think of it right now, but that's what I'm thinking of.
I was emailing with my bookkeeper today that's going to do my taxes again this year. And I said, I hope you speak, Debra, because I'm not sure any of this is making any sense. And she goes, I've learned to speak, Debra. Don't worry. Tell Jana, blah, 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 blah. And of course, I have no idea what they were saying to each other through me. I just forwarded the email to Jana, but she's like, I've learned to speak, Debra. So thank y'all for speaking, Debra. Thank you for being on my channel, and thank you for sharing. And no matter what you're looking at, just find something to be grateful for. And if no one has told you today, know that you are loved. I figure I can tell you I love you even if we've never met, because if people can hate in this world for no reason at all, I can love for no reason at all, and I do. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. All right, guys, I made it through tonight, and that means you can too. Oh, today was a booger bear, and I'm going to relax for the rest of the evening. And I had visions, I'll be honest with you. I had visions of not doing the live stream, and I'm like, nope, that is not how I'm showing up in this world. I'm telling the universe I'm not going away. I'm going to get it done. I'm here. I'm not giving up. I'm doing my live stream. And then I was like, well, right after my live stream, I'm going to bed and curling up and getting under the covers, and I'll set my alarm for early and get up and start over tomorrow. And then I'm like, no, I just wait and see how you feel, Deb. And as always, you guys have lifted my spirits. You always do. And now I'm going to get to relax and have a nice evening in camp and go to bed at a regular time like a regular person. And so, y'all, I hope everything is going well for you two. And oh, yay, Surfing Dodo. She's ready. She's getting ready to travel. Thank you for being you. And yes, I love you. Have a great one. You too, Richard. Bye, Patty. See you soon. Everyone, take care and be safe. You too, Sybil. Stacy, thank you for the hearts. And Renee says, everybody have a great night and weekend. Thank you for the hearts, Suzanne. All right, everybody. See you down the road. See you on the next video. Keep on keeping on. Bye.